Welcome back to I Pick Passion and Funny. It's your girl, Erica Bates. And y'all, I was trying to debate if I wanted to do this as an I Pick Passion and Funny episode or if I wanted to do a Dear Michael episode because it's kind of a call to the Dear Michael. Well, no, not Dear Michael, but the Dear Michael reactions, not my opinion. Dear Michael, like show series, not that, but it is a reaction specific. It's a call to that. So I need your help. And I'm gonna go ahead and let me get the housekeeping out the way, okay? Since we're just doing this as an I Pick Passion and Funny episode, because this is where I rant, this is where I vent, this is where I like give up life updates, all the things, laugh, complain, all the things in between. But let's get the housekeeping out the way. Okay. Okay. So if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share, all the things. It's greatly appreciated and needed. It is, to help build this community and to continue to grow this channel. Greatly appreciated. So thank you for your contribution and being here. And if you are returning, thank you, of course, as always, for being here. And go ahead and, like, comment, and share. Okay. Because you've already subscribed. So okay. But you can hit the post notification bell. So therefore you will be notified every time I upload on this channel. Yeah. So if you want to keep up, with all the things that we're doing over here. Yeah, I suggest you do that. Okay. So let's go again and get to it. So this is probably going to be, I don't know, we'll just see where this is going to go. Okay. Because a lot of things have developed in not a lot of things, but there's been some new developments. Okay. So we're going to talk about new developments. Okay. This is also, like I said, a call for help. Okay. Your girl needs help. And that's partly why I have been kind of away for the last couple of weeks. That's kind of why, because I don't think I really posted. I just posted maybe the day before yesterday, I believe, but I had not. And that was a Dear Michael I recorded like 2 weeks ago. And I just put it up 2 days ago, maybe. And I hadn't really been to the library. I'm in the library, of course, my local library. As you know, this is my new spot to record. And for almost a month and a half now. And so, okay, guys. So partly why I have not been, consistently haven't posted, haven't recorded. I hadn't been to the library in a couple weeks. It's because I was feeling a bit discouraged. And I will say the reason why. I was feeling good about the direction that the channel was going in. I was feeling really positive about, my decision to, primarily cover more Michael content. I was feeling really good about that. And I still am. And I'm still thankful to all of you for being here because of Michael Jackson. A lot of you were here because of my Michael content. And so I felt the obligation to lean more in that direction naturally, in which I still would like to, but I do want to cover more ground. But before I get to all of the things, I need your help. I've been saying that. I'm going to call out Hayes Sounds, my guy. Okay, my guy. I need your help. Or any of you that are content creators or do reaction videos specifically on YouTube. I need your help. What am I missing? Okay. This is partly the reason why I was discouraged. Like, this is where the discouragement came from weeks ago, because I had reactions. I had things planned that I wanted to do reactions to. Like, man, I had a couple of videos like y'all wanted to see the Bad tour, the Wembley Bad tour. You wanted me to react to that. Well, I did, y'all. I had posted it. I set for it was almost 3 hours, okay, that I did almost 3 hours with my own, my own dialogue and kind of talking, my own feedback during the show. In total, it was about 2 hours and 45 minutes that I recorded, edited, did all the things, uploaded it, and literally came right back and said, blocked me, completely blocked. Never even got a chance to put it up. I had unlisted it because I wanted to make sure first. if it would even, because this is not the first time I've been blocked. Okay. So I'm like, but I was super excited about this. I tried to do the Off the Wall documentary, Off the Wall to Motown to Off the Wall, or I forget but y'all know the documentary I'm talking about, Spike Lee. I tried to do that. Actually, no, I didn't try. I did it, sat down through that. And that wasn't short either. Sat down and was excited about it. Good dialogue. Like I was literally like, it was some good content. I felt good about it. I was giving great opinion, great, just like it was a great vibe. Everything felt great and sure. And then sure enough, what happened, guys? Blah. Okay. So that's that one. That's two that I've mentioned so far. All right. Two that I've mentioned so far. I'm going to tell y'all all of them. I'm about to look because I feel like there's another one. So give me a minute because I'm about to tell you. Okay. So reacted to the Wembley, blocked. Okay. Immediately blocked. No views at all. I did Michael Jackson. Hold on, wait. Only I can see this. I did the major TV interview with Molly Meldrum. I did that. I had 150 views. It got blocked. Okay. The 60 Minutes in Australia, that got blocked. And some of my things have been partly blocked, or the shopping's been disabled, partially blocked. So tell that to say, it's been a little discouraging when you sit for hours and you're committed to something and you're excited about it, and then you keep getting blocked. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit discouraging. Okay. It's a bit discouraging. So I need your help. I need your help on what is it that I'm supposed to do? Like I keep getting blocked. You know what I mean? I keep getting blocked and I don't know what to do. Like I literally do not know what to do. So Hayes, I'm calling you out because I know that you do reactions and I was inspired by your reactions to start and to do my own reactions. Watching yours for a while, the MJ Fangirl, like it's, your channel specifically, I really like you know how I feel about you and your content. So you're a dope guy. Like you're a dope guy and I appreciate you. And so help me please. What am I missing? Like, how is it I see other content creators? I see, and you're not the only one. Like, I see other people doing reactions. I see other channels doing reactions, and I'm like, are they getting blocked? Are they getting partially blocked? Are they getting dinged in any way? Or is it just me? Like, what is it that I'm missing? What am I supposed to do? With you looking at my reactions, I mean, we can talk offline, if you want to help me in that way, or to ask me like specifically like what I use to do my reactions and all the things. Like I don't mind sharing with you. It's real simple setup. I don't do all the technical things that other people would be doing. Mine is really, I use a real simple, real simple. It's an app that I use that I am able to do my reactions from there. And so that's how I do it. So I don't know if it's something else I need to do, if I'm not talking enough, I'm not pausing enough to talk, which I thought I don't see. I even tried to do like the split screen where you see me more and I'm not you don't just see what I'm filming, or what I'm reacting to, but you see me more than just the little small video, the small of me at the bottom. I tried doing that thinking that would help. I don't know what to do. Please tell me, am I the only one that's been blocked with like these major like Sony Music Group or Sony like the companies that own these videos are like blocking me. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So please help me help me get out of this discouragement. Help me, give me some tips, some feedback if you have any to help me, because I could use it. I need it. Just simply, what am I missing? And that's the reason why I've kind of been gone for the last couple of weeks, because your girl has been discouraged. I really, really have. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I feel defeated, And so I just like, I need a break. I need to sit back. I need to fall back for a second, figure it out. What am I doing? What's my direction from here? Because obviously what I'm attempting or trying to do, I'm not having a lot of success at it. So help me. That's my call for help, please. So moving right along, please comment, but message me, like whatever, find me. You want my email, like hit me, ask for my whatever, email, whatever. We can talk offline because again, I need your help. Hayes, I need your help. And anyone else, comment, let me know what I'm missing, please. Let me know. Okay. Thank you. So thank you in advance for your help, your contribution to the Erica Needs Help fund, but not really fun. Okay, So now, as far as the channel, you guys, well, life, just in general, let me just let you guys know, I don't know, I've just been feeling really, first of all, I've taken a lot of time in the last couple of weeks just to, again, I was discouraged. Yes, factual. Feeling a bit of discouragement. Still, keeping my eyes to the channel and, seeing what's going on, but haven't really been posting until 2 days ago. So thank you guys for still being here and your patience, and still the ones who've clicked and subscribed since I haven't been posting anything in the last couple of weeks. I appreciate you, greatly do, because yeah, you could be anywhere else and you didn't have to click subscribe, but you did. So yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What is it? Let me ask you this. Okay. I'm going to skip life. I'm going to get back to life and me. But what is it that you guys really want to see on this channel? Okay. Comment and let me know what you want to see. What type of content besides reactions, or what type of reactions would you want to see? Aside from Michael Jackson or else, not just Michael Jackson, life content. It could be about me. It could be about life. It could be about whatever y'all want to talk about, whatever you want to hear me talk about, whatever you want to hear me yap about, whether it be relationships, there's a lot of ground that I I love and don't mind covering at all. You guys know my background, which I'm gonna do a whole separate series on all of that. So we're gonna get into all the things when it comes to my journalism background, my career, and my love for journalism. We're going to get into that on a whole different series. And so I'm really excited about that. So keep an eye, and some other things that I have some ideas about that I want to play around with. So we're just going to experiment right now. But what is it that you guys really want to see from me? Because I definitely want to, I wouldn't mind still covering Michael Jackson. Obviously, a majority, I feel like 90%, honestly, of y'all are here because of Michael. So I don't want to I feel like I can't neglect Michael Jackson content. So I'm not going to do that. And besides, I love Michael Jackson, and he deserves to be celebrated and to keep his legacy alive. So I definitely still want to talk about Michael and do reactions and things. So that's still a thing. I wouldn't mind, talking to fans or, creators like myself, the MJ fangirls, of course, the Hayes and all the people, collaborating with some creators or some just Michael Jackson fans in the community, and just kind of we just talk, collaborate, and let's share our love for Michael. And that could be maybe a part of my Dear Michael series, or we could expand it, passion for MJ. I don't know how I want to kind of I don't know. And I also want to do some interviews. I love interviews. I love interviewing. So I really would love to talk to, people that know Michael, people that know him, that knew him, that knew Michael, worked closely with him, whether it be personal relationships, because of course, a part of what I want to know Michael from every part of Michael, the personal, the good, the bad, the indifferent. I want to know every part of who he was, what made him who he was as the musical genius that he was. But aside from that, the man behind all of that we saw. So I want to know it all. All of it. So if you guys are with me on that, that's something I would love to do. Don't know when, guys, I have ideas if you were in my brain, right? I constantly have ideas and thoughts, and I'm constantly creating, and I've been really digging back into, I've been writing again, really just digging into my, my journalism bag, trying to get back, because I believe I remember who I am. It was the episode I did a couple weeks ago, maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, maybe almost a month ago now, where I was talking about that during my move, I kind of was reminded of who I am, right? Who I've always been, and how dare I have ever forgotten or even gotten away from that. Erica, you know who you are. Stand in who you are. And how could you ever forget? So anywho, because I remember who I am, I've really been leaning into writing again, and really my journalism bag, really, 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 really tapping into that. And reconfiguring all of that out. So it's been fun. It's been cool. So I don't even remember where I was going with that. To be honest, you guys, I don't. But I do want to do interviews. Maybe I want to do some cool, fun things. But I also am a lover of all things music. So I love music journalism. That's always been my thing. It's always been what I've covered music. I used to be a gossip blogger. Like I used to do celebrity, not so much gossip because I was always about the facts though. Like, and allegedly, I'm not about to, I don't do the slander and all of the things, but I will report like what's happening, what's the latest in entertainment and music. That's my love. So I wouldn't mind really like, do I want to cover those type of things? That's the journalism that I want to like. Do I want to do like opt ed, like, but let's like talking about it. Like, do I want to do like, very much like doing giving my opinion, like videos. There's a couple different like journalists that I've been seeing that actually like Torre, and there's a lot of people that really be giving like Torre's channel is very entertaining. I love how he reports. I love how he talks about the culture, and it's just amazing and it's inspiring to me. And so like it's a couple of like I don't I'm figuring it all out, guys. But I know that I want to talk about music. I know I want to talk about entertainment. So I do want to cover more than Michael. And I hope and pray that you guys will stay here if I tap into more than Michael. It's still going to be music. But I wouldn't mind also, you guys, like there's a part of me and I also love covering lifestyle. I love covering relationships. I love talking about that kind of stuff as well. Like I just love like I'm very well rounded in my opinions and my thoughts and all the things that I love to cover and that I have covered that I love to cover, don't mind covering. I'm probably gonna link my medium so you guys can check out some of my writing that I'm gonna be like doing a lot of my more writing. Maybe there'll be more music journalism. There'll be some opinion pieces. Well, my opinion will probably be intertwined, but then there'll also be some very much like covering music and those type of things. Entertainment will be more probably on my Medium. If you're familiar with Medium, I'll be writing and doing a lot more of that coverage there. Okay. But then on my Substack, which I do have a Substack, but I haven't really been on my Substack in a while. So I want to kind of revamp that and I'm going to do that. That's probably I'm going to cover more, also maybe some entertainment, but more of my opinion or more lifestyle relationship. Maybe use that more like a journal, like a diary, like talking about like maybe my upbringing, like, my upbringing as far as like in entertainment, when I fell in love with entertainment, when I fell in love with, what inspired me to, want to be a journalist, all the things like, and we'll talk about that on another series, but just for the sake of like, I'm just talking about the things that I want to cover and what I want to do. So this is bigger than just, I want to grow this community and I'm figuring out what my YouTube is really going to look like and what this channel I want this to ultimately be. But at the core of everything, you guys, I'm a journalist. So, and I'm a writer, I'm a creator. So I want to create. And I want to talk about things and I want to research things and I want to know things and I want you guys to know things. I want to report things. Like that's all of part of this channel. So I don't want to leave parts of myself like on the table, right? Like I really want to like tap into it all. So just let me know what you want to see. And then of course we're going to go this channel together. So I appreciate again, you guys for being here. I keep saying that and I can't say it enough because I really, really do mean it. You guys being here means everything. And because at the beginning, this is what I wanted to do was start my YouTube channel. I remember me wanting to start my channel. I was like, I want to start this channel and I want to start my YouTube, but I want to grow this YouTube. Like I want to grow my channel. I remember wanting to do that at the beginning. Like that was always the goal, to grow this community and inspire and entertain and educate. And that's all a part of who and what I love. Like that's rewarding to me. So you guys, okay. So life updates. So in the last couple of weeks, aside from, again, me being discouraged a bit, aside from being discouraged, I have been really looking for a job. Because remember, I told y'all that I didn't think I'd be trying to get back into the 9-to-5 gig situation thing, like whatever, 9-to-5, regular job, corporate. Like I thought that the government was going to be my last traditional, like just job. And not to say that the government was just a regular job. It's a career. It is a career. It's indeed a career. There's of course, there's no glass ceiling. There's a lot of growth. It's a lot of, there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of potential, the benefits, the pay, all the things. Government, you can do a lot, right? So I'm not going to say that it's just like a job. I don't want to be, it is a career. You can grow if that's the career that you want, designed for you. That's the path you want to take. There's a lot that you can do. However, or let's say, I'm not going to say there's not a glass ceiling, but the glass ceiling is higher. Let's say it that way. So I thought that that was going to be my last like job. I cared about it. I really did love what I did, but that wasn't ultimately what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I never saw myself retiring from any company unless it was doing what I love to do. And I still would do that for the rest of my life. But, I thought that the government was going to be my last, like, I call it a job because for me, it wasn't my love. It wasn't my passion. It wasn't, it was a means to an end. It was my bread and butter. It was taking care of my bills until the things that I really love to do, until that came along and that grew, or the potential of that was like, hey, now it's covering, until that paid the bill. That's what I would be doing. And I would just do what I love and my passion on the side. So I thought that that was going to be it. I was like, okay, I'm going to stay with the government. I can transfer. I can do all the things. Well, the way that I anticipated things going, it didn't quite work out that way. Okay. God had other plans, but I don't even know if I'm really going to even put that on God. God had other plans for me, but man made the changes within the administration and the government. So that was man, that wasn't God. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put that on God. God had other plans for me. So needless to say, and now here I am. Again, you guys know that I had been maintaining, I was still paid through a good portion of last year. Matter of fact, almost the entire year. I was paid through October of last year. And I've been surviving. I've been maintaining. I've been thankful to be able to maintain and to live and to sustain with my retirement. I've been able to live and pay bills. But so funny that everything worked out the way that it did. Timing and God's timing is, whew, because I expressed this on another episode, on a previous episode, that everything worked out. No matter, it wasn't my plan, but everything worked out the way that it worked out. It worked out that way for a reason. Okay. God knew what I didn't know and what I didn't see around the corner. Like I didn't know it. Like I hadn't planned correctly. I hadn't really, really looked at logistically everything. And God, he knew though. He was like, yep. So thankfully, everything worked out in the time that it did. But now, for quite a little bit, but more in the last couple of months, I have been really or the last month, really since June, beginning of July. Well, when I moved, basically exactly about a month and a half ago when I moved, I've been really diligently, because retirement doesn't last always. It doesn't. That money goes, you don't have income coming in and everything's going out. Good luck. Like after so long, you need money, right? So you guys know, I'm living back at home, thankfully. Okay. But your girl still I have to survive on my own. I still have bills. I still have responsibilities, and I still have goals. Like I have goals. So I have been really spending a lot of time in trying to figure out what's next. Career, job. I've been trying to get a job, like just make money. At this point, I've had, honestly, y'all, in the last couple of weeks, I had one interview in the last couple of weeks. I did an assessment for another opportunity that I've actually been offered, applied for a month ago. And they just sent the information last week. They sent the assessment to me, and it was a month at that point, since I didn't even think that at this point I would hear anything, but I haven't still heard anything since I did the assessment. You know those assessments, y'all. Y'all know those assessments. I hate those assessments. They're so, I sound old when I say this, but I literally remember the days and I miss the days when you could just pick up the phone and call companies, not just behind a computer. You can call, you can say, hey, are you hiring? Can I speak to the hiring manager? You can go there face to face and speak to somebody and, get a job on the spot. Just so many, I miss those days. I'm not saying they're completely lost. Those days are completely gone. I'm not saying that, because there may be some cases where you can still go places, but most applications now are not paper anymore. Most of them are what? I don't even know of a paper application anymore. Everybody's online now. And if you go there and speak to a hiring manager, I'm not saying that they're probably just going to refer you to the website, and you're still going to have to go through all the gist of all the things, but paper applications and just hiring on the spot don't seem, it seems to be a thing of the past. And I miss those days. When did an assessment ever determine that I'm qualified for a job? These questions, you guys, if y'all have ever, and this one, the one I did last week, last Friday, was probably the worst one that I'd ever done. Like, it was like, and it's been a long time since I've had to do one of those assessments because all jobs don't require you to do it. This one, I was actually really shocked that this particular company even wanted, that they even used assessments. I was very shocked that that's even their procedure. I was like, really? They have assessments? Like most bigger companies I know do, but I didn't expect that they would. Well, they did. And theirs was by far the worst one I've ever taken, at least that I can remember in a long time. It was so frustrating because those assessments are just, it's almost like it's set up for your failure. And, I even used some help to make sure that I was answering, because you don't want to be too generic, like too, I totally agree or totally disagree. You want to kind of be balanced, because not everything that, you don't, I feel like, because then it looks like you're just lying or you're just bluffing or whatever. Like it just looks like it doesn't look real. So you kind of want to give some balance to it, but still truthful all at the same time. And you just use your common sense. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't heard anything from that opportunity from that. And then it was a portion of it, because it was like 5 or 6 portions of it, right? It was like 140 questions on one part, 140 questions on another part. And then in between, they had these little parts where you had to do, it was like timed. I thought it was time per question. It was time for like 12 questions total. The time was only like 3 minutes, and I was supposed to answer all of it. I didn't realize that it was time for I thought it was per question. So I ended up missing like a part of one question. I was almost at the last question when I realized that the time was I was like, oh my God. And I missed one question. So I ended up not even being able to answer that one because the time ran out, which was really anyway. And then there was another part of it, or other two parts, where it was kind of like testing I don't know if it was supposed to be your speed, your memory. I accidentally clicked one of the wrong answers on one of those parts. I'm on one of those tests. It was like a test. And I was I accidentally hit the wrong button. I don't know if that counted against me. I knew the right one, but my fingers hit the wrong key. So I don't know if that went against me, but I haven't heard anything from the company. So I don't know. I believe I did well. Otherwise, I did the best that I could. And that's all I can do, right? I had an interview at a well-known big corporate company last week. Had a really, I felt good about it. I was referred to the company. I did the phone interview, then I had the in-person interview. And the in-person interview, you guys, I might have fumbled on a couple answers. It was one of those, which they ask you about your resume, questions, about related to your resume, specific to jobs that you've had. What job kind of would you say is most like the job that you're applying for? Well, I have the experience, exactly the same job I've done, just for a different company. Okay. My experience speaks for itself. Hands down. They're not going to have I guarantee you, whoever they chose, they don't have the experience that I have. Direct correlation. They're not going to have that. And I know they're not. But I don't know if the guy that did I felt like the girl it was 2 people, 2 managers. I felt like she was neutral, whatever, just there to I felt like she might have been on my team. But I don't think I don't know what his deal was, but it was very intense. Of course, I tried to make the environment comfortable, share my personality a bit. Not wanting things to be so tense, but those corporate jobs, if you know anything about them, a lot of companies use those interviews, those questions that they kind of, I forget the behavioral questions, they want you to give specific scenarios, details about a certain incident, what the resolution was, how it started, what happened. They want you to paint the entire picture for them. And some companies, depending on who the interviewer is, sometimes they're really intense about it. They looking for very, very specific. I had those questions also. In the past, I've had to answer those questions, but it never seemed this like this. Even in the past when I've done it, they were okay with you answering the questions even if it related to something personal, not just professional. They were okay even if you answered it about a personal situation. They were very much like it has to be professional with one of the companies that you work for. Now, mind you, I haven't worked for over a year. I've been out of work for it's been over a year. And I haven't worked for over a year. I was with the government for 5 years before that. I hadn't had to, give those specific details. Like, I haven't had to like give a lot of my jobs, like, it's in the past. Like, set it and forget it. I don't remember every incident. I remember a lot of incidents that really were, but I don't remember even still every detail about every incident that's happened to me. I was making up a lot on the fly, right? Some of it was real, but I had to kind of make up mine is what really add what really happened, right? They asked me questions, completely caught me off guard. Questions I had thought I prepared for. I wasn't prepared. I fumbled a little. I did. Even he had to jog me a little bit. And I don't know if that bothered him because he was trying to get me to he would to spark me for something to come back to my mind, to recollect something like that happened in a specific scenario or something. I felt like it was so intense that I was just stressed. I was low key stressed at doing those behavioral questions. The resume questions were fine. I was really able to speak to every position I've ever done, what I've done in those jobs, what was specific to the job that I was applying for or interviewing for. That was fine. Even the role play. I had to do a role play, which I've never done before either during an interview. I had to do 2 different scenarios and the role play went very well. They even complimented me on that. Like, I was able to do the role play without boom. He gave me feedback on the first one. I instantly took his feedback, which is what they were heavy on and what they coaching is like a big thing. So taking feedback is something that they want you to listen to feedback, take it and use it, right? I did that. When I tell you that went well, the role play part, and I thought, if anything, I thought that my fumbles during the behavioral questions, I thought that the role play would have boosted me. Y'all, they went with somebody else. Tuesday, this week, today is Thursday. Tuesday, I had got an email that they went with someone else. I even tried to call the recruiter because I had her phone number because I did the on the phone interview with her the day before. And of course, I had to schedule with her and all that stuff for the in-person interview. I called her. She hasn't called me back. I called because I'm like, at least if you're going to tell somebody that, hey, we're going to go with somebody else, don't send me this generic email, especially if I've interviewed. At least let me know what happened. And I think that jobs need to make a practice of that. If you're going to decline someone, at least let them know why you're declining them. Or why you're not selecting them, especially if they've interviewed. Let them know why, because at least then they can take that feedback and they can use that for the future, right? Because I feel like you're doing a disservice to people if you just say, oh, we're not picking you with this generic email. And then they're like, well, what happened? And they're left to their own thoughts. And that's discouraging because you're like, man, what did I do? I felt like I literally gave my best. My best wasn't enough. Like, what he just not like me? Like, what was the situation? Like, I don't know what I did. And I had a feeling that day when I left because he shook my hand on the way out. He walked me down and took the visitor badge from me. And he was like, good luck with everything. Something about the way he said that and him saying good luck with everything just sounded as though it gave me. And that day, I remember I went to the park. I talked to how old was she? 5 years old, 5-year-old little girl. I think she was 5. I don't know why I want to say 7, but no, she was 5 because I remember I was shocked that she was 5. I thought she was older than 5. She was so smart. I talked to this kid and she literally made me feel better. I went to the park because I didn't feel like going home after the interview. This was last Wednesday. So I went to the park and literally got on the swings. I walked the park, walked around the pond, just wanted to be in nature. It was a little hot, but I didn't feel like going home. And so I went and I sat on the swings, sidebar, swings are not what they used to be. Swings used to be like, they were like people that, if you're tall, and I'm not tall, I'm 5'3", but if you have long legs, I'm not a kid, obviously, I'm a grown woman. So if you're like grown though, you used to be able to sit on swings, and literally the swings come to the ground now. Like they're not like up anymore like they used to be. And I was like, So I literally tried to sit on the swing, and a little girl came up behind me on the other side and sat beside me. And she was the cutest thing, you guys. We had a conversation, like a real conversation, and it was so cute. And I don't necessarily need to get into the detail of that, but it was just super cute interaction, and she made me feel so better. Like literally talking to kids. I don't have any of my own. Don't even know if I desire to have any of my own. But at the end of the day, I do enjoy children and the joy and the innocence of kids. I totally love it, especially a good kid. I love a good kid. She just seemed like a really good, I just love conversation with like a child. It's such a, it, you can forget about your worries as an adult when you talk to kids. They just have a way of like giving you this, it's the spirit and the innocence of a child that just comes all over you. And when I said, I literally walked away feeling so much better. I felt like God sent that little girl to me to just talk to me, even if it was like 10 minutes. And it was just about 10-minute conversation or interaction with her. And I just felt like it was just, I felt good in that moment, and I walked away feeling even better. So you guys, I tell that to say that day I kind of was in a funk because I kind of didn't know how the outcome would go, and I hoped for the best, but pray for the best. But obviously I don't know what God is doing. I don't know what right now. I'm at a bit of a loss. I just know that I need money. I know that I need to work, but I don't really know what I'm doing at this point in time. Like, I really don't know. No, I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I've been applying for opportunities in LA, New York. Mainly, actually, I haven't even really been applying for LA as much. I've been applying for jobs in New York. I've been applying for jobs in DC, opportunities, journalism, opportunities. I've even got my LinkedIn. Speaking of which, just reminding me of the email I need to send. But I got my LinkedIn up and going and showing that I'm open to work. And I didn't think that I would be open to New York again, but New York was my first love. That was actually where I wanted to move years ago, especially for journalism, which I'm going to talk about that on a different show. I think I'm going to talk about, I don't want to get into that because that's going to spoil for the next show, the things I want to talk about on the next one. But I just, yeah, I know that I didn't think that I would be looking at New York again. But I'm definitely open to, New York was again, I will say it was my first love. Again, I will say that it was my first love, but I kind of left for reasons, didn't really leave that I never entirely said never New York because I love New York. I do. I really, truly do. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Matter of fact, it is my favorite city. LA and New York for me is it. And I love to travel, but I love New York specifically was for my writing, my journalism. Like journalism it was the hub for that. Hollywood was Hollywood, but New York was like, you go there to write for magazines. That was what I was attracted to from a young age. And I grew up with that thought all the way through my early 20s, and somewhere along the way, my early to mid 20s. And then that dream kind of veered off life. I took other career paths and did other things, and journalism kind of wasn't what it was, which we all know that the landscape of journalism is not the same as it used to be. So that kind of, a ship seemed to sail, but it's back for me. It's back, and I'm still very much passionate about it and trying to figure this lane out. So yes, guys, I've been applying or looking for jobs and opportunities, and I still got work and networking and all the things to do. So stay tuned for all of that and whatever I do, but your girl needs to work. And if the passion comes before the regular old job, praise God. And that's what was meant. But if I gotta do that, if I gotta work a regular job again, or a day-to-day day job or whatever I got to do, and then do my passion on the side until my passion can become, or keep applying for opportunities the things that I want to do with my life. And until that happens, like I got to figure out what to do to get this money. So anyway, that's my passion. That's my epic passion. And it ain't really funny, but funny episode for this week. So you guys, I hope you enjoy this, me ranting for just a little while about just giving you guys a little bit of update and talking about things, what I'm doing. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring this thing out every day. So thank you for being here and for figuring it out with me. And I will see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you again. And I will see you all next week, maybe next week. Yeah. See y'all later.
Thanks for watching, guys.